It was voted by the LA Times, Hollywood Reporter, and even CNN viewers themselves in different polls to be the #1 political debate moment of 2013. In fact, it's still written about today, not just here in the United States, but all over the world. What am I talking about? Well, that January 7th, 2013, now over a year and a half ago, 2-segment debate. It was supposed to go for 3 segments that I had with Piers Morgan. Really the archetypal image of state-run media, of a system based on deception and manipulation. And Piers Morgan has now doubled down. His contract is officially up with CNN, that they pulled him off the air months ago, as I guess he prepares to move back to England. And Piers Morgan has come out and said that he wants to be remembered in the tweet that we have on screen as the person that did this. And then he links to a YouTube video that has some of the highlights of our discussion.
Well, he said never let us tolerate
to murder.
I can speak in this accent as well.
Yeah.
The
But is that what you
government,
believe?
Hitler firebombed his own Reichstag, Piers, to bring in martial law in Germany, April 27th, 1933. Governments have staged terror attacks throughout history or allowed terrorists to attack as a pretext to invade and enslave the populations. I probably own more than 50 firearms. Many of them have increased in value 2, 3, or even 4 times. I sleep very comfortably outside Austin, Texas, knowing that I can defend my family.
Now think about this for a moment. At this point, he began to lose more and more of his viewers, and over the next year completely collapsed in the ratings. The American people openly turned against him. Mainstream pundits said, we don't need a foreigner lecturing us about our Second Amendment, much less one from England. We had a war with England over their attempt to take our guns in 1776. It completely blew up in his face. The reason this had such an effect and aired on television shows and nightly news programs all over the world was because I called him on his facade. I called him out that he didn't want to just have, quote, reasonable gun control. They wanted to disarm their political slaves. And the American people turned against him because they didn't want to have a redcoat who we had a war with back in 1776 over the attempt to confiscate guns, now lecturing us in what was 2013.
Hitler took the guns. Stalin took the guns. Mao took the guns. Fidel Castro took the guns. Hugo Chavez took the guns. And I'm here to tell you, 1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms. Doesn't matter how many lemmings you get out there on the street begging for them to have their guns taken. We will not relinquish them. Do you understand?
This little piece of media history is evergreen. It just gets bigger and bigger. And a few months after our confrontation, I got a tip from the gun range owners that he was going to be in Houston interviewing folks and trying to demonize the Second Amendment. So I traveled down there and had a chance to talk to him and attempted to be friendly and to challenge him to have another debate. I was then told as I left privately by the producers that we had the highest ratings ever when you were on. We want to have you back on, but people feel like you've been given too much attention and you're dangerous. It was my coming on the show that gave Piers Morgan attention.
I don't want that man to have a gun. I wouldn't feel comfortable having an argument with him in his home where he had access to his 50 weapons. And if he got really mad at something I said, or if I disputed his contentions.
Challenge Alex Jones to a boxing match, show up with a semi-automatic that you got legally, and pop him.
I'd love to see that. In uniform.
I don't need Piers Morgan for attention. My ratings go up. Freedom is popular. Our operation is growing. It's CNN that's imploding. But I'm glad the mainstream media and Piers Morgan are still defiant and delusional, because they still think doing the same thing over and over again, lying to their viewers, deceiving people, is working as they hemorrhage out day after day, month after month, year after year, as their ratings go down. And not just CNN, but MSNBC, you name it. The people are waking up. Congress has a 7% approval rating, and I love the people of England. I myself have English heritage. I want 1776 worldwide. I want them to get a right to defend themselves there as well, so they're not the mugging capital of Europe. I want to see a Swiss system of low crime and an armed citizenry where women can protect and defend themselves. We all have a right to defend ourselves, and it's that simple. And the American rejection of Piers Morgan, the American rejection of teleprompter media, and the American embracing of teleprompter-free media and liberty-based, truth-based media is taking the world by storm. So I want to thank all the viewers for their support over the years, and I want to thank all of the independent media folks out there that are promoting freedom in the face of this tyranny. We are winning. We have defeated Piers Morgan, and we're going to defeat the entire state-run media complex, no matter how much propaganda, lies, race baiting, and deceit they spew, because liberty and freedom is popular. Well, that's it tonight from the Infowars.com News System Studios. We are the tip of the spear. Never forget that all of you are incredibly important. And when you're watching and listening to this transmission and spreading the word, that you are the resistance.
You are watching the Infowars Nightly News, which airs 7 p.m. Central at InfoWarsNews.com. Members can share their passcodes with up to 11 other people, and your support is helping us defend liberty worldwide.